So Happy New Year again for everybody, also for the people who are looking at the recording. I have some announcements to make that there will be 2 residentials this year. So then we can speak a longer time together. We can also speak together if you want to. And there will be a residential in Germany in June, and there will be a residential in Vietnam, very much a special place near the beach. So you can come there. And there's also, after the residentials I'm giving, there's Kenneth Madden, who's giving his residential after us. So if you want to do both, that can also happen. So you can mail me or can Kenneth, and we will see each other there. There's also a meeting in Brussels. It's in English, and that's in the end of 27, 28 of January. So that will be soon. And in New York. So that's in April. It's all on my website. So if you want to come there, if you can come, you're very welcome. There's also a possibility to speak one-to-one. So if you can always write me on my email, and then we arrange a meeting on Zoom or maybe on FaceTime or Skype is also possible, what you have. So we can speak to each other with longer. And there's also, when you want to phone me, just like that for 5-10 minutes, there's no charge of that. You can also try. And when I'm at home, we speak for each other for a short while. That's always possible. Okay. So this is talking. Oh yeah. So it's on my, I have a paper so I can remember what I have to say. There's also a possibility to donate. If you want to give some donations, that would be nice for the meeting. I have to pay for Zoom too, so well, what you can afford. Okay. So this is everything, and it's already there. So there's no need to come to these meetings, but it's very nice if you come. And I like to see you here. There's nothing happening. It's such a strange message. There's nowhere to go. It's already there. There's no need for anything. It's already what is happening. And that's already the case. So there's nowhere to go. There's no need to do some different things. And the strange thing is, when there's a feeling of I'm here and this is me and my body and my life and the world and other people, then there's somewhere that feeling and that thought that there's something missing. There's something not right yet. There's something, I'm not enough. This is not good enough. I'm not good enough. All that. And there's also a drive to make it right, or to try to get it, or there can be certain behavior. It's very much embodied to get what you seems that you need. So there's a lot of things going on, and it seems like there's a free will. When there's me, it seems like there's a free will, and that I can with my thoughts, I can arrange or can maybe get what I need or what I want, or what's good for me, or do what's good for the world, or anything else. There's such a huge belief that there's a free will and a choice to do that. That's part of the me story. And in me story, there's also time and space or distance. So there's living in time. There's I'm born and this is my past. And because of this, there's something like, there's a lot of abstraction. So people can abstract. So you can also think about, why is this? And it's because of that. And there's reason and meaning in everything. So we learn to do that. It seems like it's learning to do that. And then there's this message, there's no one. And everything is an appearance. So that's completely throwing out of the window that whole free will and choice and having a life. That's really radical, because normally people are so not even questioning that there's my life. This is my body, this is my thoughts, my feelings. I'm living in a world with other people in other countries. And then they're saying, no, there's no time, there's no distance, no space around. There's only one. There's only one. That means there's no one. And it's an appearance. There's only this apparently happening. And this can be anything. It's a cup of tea or a body or streets, feelings. But it's for no one. It's only that feeling somewhere in space happening. And that's it. That's the freedom. There's no meaning, no purpose. It's this. And this is a feeling. Can happen without any meaning, no why, no because. It's that feeling. And that's it. And then there's something else. There can be a feeling, it's all with the senses, seeing a chair or a sound. It's only that. And there's no continuation in that. We are so much living in time that there seems to be a before and after, so there's consequences and continuation. And when there's a little child and there's so much living there's just no one when it's really like a baby. And then after a while, when the brain is more able to abstract, and suddenly when there's a contraction happening and there's somebody coming in the room, and then it seems like, oh, there's separation. There's me and that other person, not in the mind, but there's a separation. And there can be a feeling of huge missing or a fear, how to live in this world, something like that. And that can be so embodied to try to make it work and trying to make it right and trying to feel the love you need. You think, without that, I will not survive. And it's not in the mind, but it's so embodied, and so can be, that drive can be so strong. But it's also a curse, because then there's living in that dualistic world with always you seem to have a free will that seems very, very much convincing and maybe not even questioned. And then it's not working. It's you do your best and it's not working the way you want. There's always something missing. There's always a feeling like it's not enough. There can be for a moment, and then it goes on again, and then there's other there's something else, and then there's something missing, or there's can be a feeling of I'm not good enough somewhere underneath everything, and then there's trying to get that there's a lot of confirmation that you are good enough and that you are a loving person. So there can be so many things, and everybody is different. It seems like there's so many different ways of dealing with this. And then there's this message: there's no need for dealing or anything, because there's no one. So there's no one doing that. It's life. It's like a chaos. And it seems like, because there are bodies, there seems like there's someone in it. But everything is empty. Everything is empty. It's an appearance, and it's going nowhere. It is. It is. And it is. And there's no before and no after. It's so can be so new to hear that, because that's so implanted and so believed that there's a before and after, and there are consequences. Everything is about consequences. And this is only innocence. There's only this. There's no one doing that. It's happening. It's apparently happening. Everything is an appearance, so it's also empty. There's nothing happening, and it seems like, oh, there's everything. It's like streets and glasses and feelings and bodies, but there's no one inside. So there's no my life. There's even no my body. When there's this message, hearing this message, there can be seeing that there's no street. The streets are an appearance. But even the body is an appearance. So there's no rose, let's say like this. There's no rose. It's an appearance of that body, that talking. And then there's drinking coffee. It's the same. There's nothing more important than anything else. And when there's me, there seems to be this is more important than that because everything is about me. Everything is about my life. And I want to feel, in the end, want to feel relaxed or free or happy. This is not about happy or free. It's about there's already freedom. There's already paradise. This is everything. There's no need for anything else. It's everything. It's already what is. So there's no escape for anything what's going on. There can be feelings like or anger or fear can happen, but it's not for anyone. There can be fear. There can be anything. There can be walking, having an accident. It's normal life. It's normal life. This is not talking about something special and in the end like there's no anger anymore or no fear anymore or devotion or something like that. It's very normal. It's so normal. We're looking for something special. A lot of people do. I did. There was something like what, to be special, to be somebody who everybody thinks like, oh God, something like that. It's very normal. It's so normal. It's so ordinary. There's Rose is not important. No one is important. No, there are no individuals, so nothing is more important than anything else. It's the same as a watch. That's when that's happening, then that's happening. And there's no Rose. The freedom is that it's everything. The freedom is it's everything. So it doesn't matter the circumstances. It has nothing to do with how you look, the behaving. It's just what's happening. It's not about that you say that to yourself because I'm hearing that for some people saying like it's what it is and saying that to yourself or it's just what's happening. That's a new concept. It's a way of dealing with what's going on. So that me construct is very clever and can adapt and can do things like, oh, that's the new way and that's more even more deep to see it like that. And non-dual therapy and things like that. There can be like that. There can be a therapy like that, but there's no need for anything because it's just what's happening. There can be sitting with someone talking, or there can be drinking coffee or eating candy and watching television. There can be streets. It's the same important. It's the same. It's seeing differently, and there can be sounds. There can be smell. It's what's happening, and it's empty. It's an appearance, so it's going nowhere. There's no need to go anywhere because it's already that. So we can talk about this. Maybe there are questions, maybe there's nothing coming, then there's coming nothing, there's just sitting. Yeah, all questions are questions. So there's no silly questions. No, can you maybe you ask it again and again, then it seems like it's the same, but it's new. Every question is new. It doesn't matter where it's about, if it's about the story or it's about something else. It's just a question and can be asked. When it's coming, it's coming. So we'll see what's happening. And if you want to say something, you can unmute yourself, or maybe you can type it, what you want to say, and we'll see. Oh, there's somebody saying, so there's this unworthiness, not drinking coffee or tea, not cleaning the house, nothing to do. There can be a feeling of unworthiness. That can be so coloring everything. It seems like everything is coloring that, and it can be not drinking coffee, or it's not about not drinking coffee. It's then there's sitting maybe. Not that when they're saying there's not drinking coffee, it's not cleaning, that there seems to be a lot of ideas what there should be done, what it should be. That some it's so normal to have so many, there can be so many thoughts, and it's so embodied, like it's important to behave like that and to do this, and that's better to do than it should be like that, and all that. That's the suffering. That's me thinking it should be different than what's happening. It should be different, and it can be subtle, it can be strong, it can be a lot of thoughts. There's always something going on. This isn't right. I'm not right. I'm not good enough. There's something going on. That me construct can be so strong. It's a misunderstanding, but it's so embodied. It's so embodied. It's so strong. It's a misunderstanding. But you can't say to yourself, no, it's not true, because that's only words. That doesn't do anything. There's nothing wrong with anything. Just sitting or sleeping. It's going nowhere. Life is not about you or about me or about individuals. There are no individuals. There's no me. There's no free will. There's only what's apparently is happening. It's it's an appearance. So there can be seeing that body or a couch. And that's what's happening. Nothing more than that. It's very tiny and simple. It's not about you or me. It's about what's happening. So there can be the thing like, oh, I'm learning a lot of thoughts, and then there's a smell, or sitting, or seeing a bird. It's that simple. It's so tiny and normal that it seems like, yeah, okay, I'm seeing a bird. Yeah, what? It's that bird, or it's a feeling, or it's that thought. It changes. It's always new. Always, it's new. It's going nowhere. It's about nothing. Nothing has any meaning. Nothing has any meaning. That's amazing, because we are so into this is important and I should do it different, and this is why, and because of something that happened now it's like this and all that. There's no before. There's only what's happening, and that's it. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. That's huge. That it doesn't matter what it is. When they're sitting, then they're sitting or sleeping, or it's not about you. It's about a chair or whatever. So it's already what's happening. It's not about you or me. There is no me. There's only maybe seeing a part of that body. That's then everything. Can't be wrong. It's just what's happening. Very simple and ordinary. In this me, when there's that drive, because there's some seems to be something wrong and missing or not right yet, or all that, there's a drive, and there's a lot of doing, trying to understand, trying have to do this, or maybe that's better, or a lot of it's about doing. Me is so much about doing and doing and doing. It's what it is. That's it. Thanks. There always seems an identity. I'm here, and a lot of thoughts about how I am, or how how you are. So like, oh, your face, oh, when I look in the mirror, oh, that's awful. Like, oh, there's this going on, and there's this, and the hair is not like, that's more a women thing, I think. And then there's like about, oh, how to behave, and I'm seeing myself, and it's like, oh my God, I did it again. I didn't say anything again, and oh, what did I do? Oh, that's, oh, it's still, oh, my work. No, it's not going because the people are so not nice in those circumstances. I don't want to go there anymore. It's endless. It's when they're saying like, oh, I want to ask a question, but yeah, when it's maybe a silly question, and people look at me and think like, oh my God, what is that for person? So there's so much going on about how to behave and how to do, and this is not right and all that. It's a misunderstanding, but it's so strong. There's no one. It's exactly how it is. There can't be something wrong. It's what it is. There can't be silly questions. Or when there's seem to be a lot of people, then there's a lot of people. There can be thoughts. Then there can be thought. There's no meaning. There's no meaning. It's going nowhere. And it's very simple. We make it into, oh, this is my work and I have to do that and all that. It's sitting maybe in front of a computer, typing. Yeah? So it's that. Without meaning, it's just that. Like little children, they're playing. It's the same thing, but we make it into something and really important and all that. It making a difference. No, we're not making a difference. There's what is. It's not us. There's no us. It's very simple.
Hey, Rose.
Hey,
Hi, hi. But in the same time, it's impossible to avoid thinking. If thinking comes,
no, of course.
it's
But
so
there's nothing wrong with thinking. There can be thoughts, yeah?
no thinking. I mean, this thing. Perhaps I should sit. Now I'm in a cafe. I should see. I should let. I should do. Yeah, this thinking
Yeah.
come, but I
But
cannot avoid.
we attach meaning to it. That's more, it's not the
Yes,
thinking that's like, oh my God, I shouldn't do that. But it's the
yes. We
meaning. There's no,
continue. Mm.
and then you think like there's a content and you believe it, or yeah, like it's just thinking, thoughts. There's no meaning. It's going nowhere, but it seems like
Mm.
it's getting you somewhere,
Mm.
or it's about you, or no, it's
Mm.
just thoughts.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yes, much better.
That's
Oh,
strange
thank
because
you.
it's so attached, and it's then totally thought. Yeah, they come and go, and then it's gone.
Mm.
No meaning. Well, that's amazing. That there's no meaning. We are so into a thought, and it's wow, it's going, and we think like, and there's a tension then, and it's only thought. What is a thought? I don't know. Some energy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Mm. Okay. Ah, there's a question. If there's no free will and no determination or destiny, what is there? There's only what's apparently is happening. It's there's nothing, and it's the everything is that it's an appearance of bodies and streets and tables, and that's it. And when there's that abstract, the ability to abstract, that it seems like I'm here. I'm an individual. There's a story. This is going and trying to understand and making it into something else. This is like very, very, very completely literally. That's how little children, it's the same like little children, but we think like, there's something, there's only little children. And then there's coming that abstracting and thinking like I have a free will and I can do it. I can make my life work, and there's a responsibility, and I have to do this. This is important, and all that. That's completely lost. And that's what's happening. It was already like that. That whole story about this is important and there's a destiny and I should do this. It's a dream. It seems like it's the most important part of my life, that all those thoughts about what's going on and why and all that. It's a dream, and underneath it's just going its own way. It's not even a way. It's just like that. And on top of that, we assume it's because of this and I shouldn't do that and all that. But that's the dream. There's no power in that. It seems like very important and busy with that all day. There's, it's just thoughts, ideas, concepts, beliefs about anything. And that what's apparently is happening is going, and it's already there. So there's, in that sense, there's no change. The only thing that dream is not, can be still happening, but the importance and everything about that and the meaning is gone. Can be still thoughts. Everything is still going on, but the meaning of importance, the seriousness, it's gone. There was no power in it at all. And we think, we are so convinced that I have a free will and I can do that. And it's because of me that's happening. Or it's because I didn't do enough. Because it's not going. It's not, I'm not finding the real love. And what do I do wrong? It's always something like that. No, you did not doing something wrong. It's what it is. And there's also no escape. We think like, oh, maybe someday it will be better. No, this is not seeing that. It's this. So there can be a feeling, but it's not your feeling. It can be a feeling. It's in space. There's nothing yours. No you means there's no one, no you. There's nothing yours. There's only that feeling or a body, seeing a front. That's the freedom, not a feeling of freedom. That's something else. So there's a loss of everything. Also the identification, the feeling I'm someone, I'm 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 doing the right thing and I'm coming closer or things like that. That's all lost. There's no importance at all anymore. It doesn't matter. It's the freedom. It's life is it's already joy. Life is already joy. There's no need to look for it. It's what it is. That's the joy. And making it into something and seems like, oh, this is important. Then it's focusing on something that in that dream. And then there's a lot of things going on. But that joy is underneath. It's just there. Maybe very, very subtle, so it's not felt. And there's no, how do you say that? It's unconditional. So it's not like, if you don't do this, you will not feel me, or something like that. No, it's just there. And then when there's being focused on that, then that's what's happening. That's unconditional love. Life is that. So it doesn't matter what's done. When there's being focused and in the dream and all that, there's nothing wrong with that. Then that's what's going on. Then that's what's happening. Nothing wrong, nothing right. That's huge. That's unconditional. What is the desert? Somebody is saying. What I call the desert is that can be that period. Then there's meaning and being, and there's a loss of a lot of meaning about life and about free will. I can do it, or there's something going on like, oh, that's important, and all the importance just drops away for a while, for a bit or more, and everything seems like, oh no, there's no meaning, there's nowhere to go, there's something like that. But there's, so it's a loss of a lot of concepts and beliefs, and then there's kind of nothing going on. It's like nothing is important, and yeah, what shall I do? I don't know, like that. Can be like that. That can be a feeling of nothing is important, and it's not depression, but it's like, yeah, no, like that. There's not, there's like, as I see it, this is, there's nothing, but it's not yet also the everything. And then it's energetic, so you can't do anything about that. It's like, it's going like, can be going like that. It doesn't need to, but a lot of people, I hear a lot of people having that, can experience that. It's what's happening, and that's meaning and being, and then suddenly there can be some moments like, oh, it's it's that it's, oh, it's that leaf. It's is it, and then it's gone again, and it's a little bit like the winter. It's winter, and then suddenly it's spring. Is there something? Oh, no, then there's winter again, something like that. It's a way of speaking. It's not really like that, but and then suddenly it's like, oh my god, and that getting more and more like, oh, it's just what's happening. It's this. It doesn't matter what it is. It's the two. And then it's oh, flat. Yeah. It's about loss. And when there's that desert, there can be a lot of moments like, oh, is this, I don't like this and all that. So there can be still that that dream going on, like this is not good and it should be different and all that. When that's lost too, then suddenly it's like, oh, of course it's everything. But then that it can be so strong. This is not enough. And why is this like that? Oh my God, I don't like this. Oh, yeah, it can be very strong. It's energetic, so it's not about you. You're doing it wrong. No, it can't be wrong. It's life. And there can be subtler feeling like it should be wow all day, or in a subtle or stronger way, and not like dull. Ah, yeah, it's also can be like can be like that. Yeah, that's it too. But that's are the more that we don't want. We want something aliveness or things like that. Ideas about what is aliveness. Aliveness is everything. It's everything. So I would say, yes, I felt the joy of a child again. Thank you. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, that's more it. Like little children. They're so you can see it. It doesn't matter what it is, what they're experiencing, it's like that. Yeah. No responsibility or all that. Like, oh, I should do this. Mm, mm.
Hey, Rose.
Hi.
um, I don't know. Thinking is so thick today, and judgment is so thick. And so it's very easy when you feel like a child. It's very clear when you, yeah, it's very clear. Yesterday I was like a child,
Mm-hmm.
and today it's like, I'm just thinking, I cannot keep thinking. I can think that thinking doesn't mean anything, but doesn't help
Yeah, but you
because it
can. It
continues.
can be a concept about.
It's
Oh,
impossible.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's only the hearing
I'm
that,
feel
and that's it. Because you can't say to yourself, "No, there's no meaning." That's a new concept. No.
yeah. But when you said that, suddenly it became very
Mm-hmm.
it's very
Mm-hmm.
very light. But
Yeah.
but now
Yeah.
in the silence,
Mm.
all my judgments comes out.
Yeah.
People are boring. I am boring.
Mm.
Nobody has time to have. I don't know, to spend time with me. Only always the same. I don't know, conviction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Conviction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's energy.
Uh,
It
uh,
can be that energy that's coming out.
um,
It's only that, and it. uh,
but it's very heavy,
Yeah, it
heavy.
seems like it's stick
It's
when
like
there's me. It's
lump.
sticky, and then
Mm.
it's taking
Mm.
home, and it's yeah, yeah, yeah. It can be like that. Sure.
Yeah, can be like that, but it's almost always like that.
Yeah.
10 days like that, and then one
Yeah,
day,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Some days it's
everything is
strong.
very light,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
and then again, 15 days,
yeah.
and then
And then there's also that and that's what I'm talking about in the desert, like that. Oh, I don't want that. I want that lightness again.
mm,
It's the same
yes, of
thing. It's like,
course,
oh, this is not right, and oh, that's so strong. It's so convincing. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but why
It's
not? Why?
everything. It's not hurt, not you, but it's not hurt. That it's everything. Yeah. Oh God. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's much more funny when it's like, but because you have the not the need, but the really the desire to love everybody and everything. And when I feel like that, light, I love everything and everybody. I don't need anything. I don't need something changed. Everything is okay, but I like everything that happens. If I have pain, I like. So it's wonderful, really wonderful when you don't care. Everything is unreal, but you don't care. It's unreal. It's everything is okay. So today, really,
But
really, I
is it true? Is it
just
true?
thinking.
It's that sticky. That there's no escape. Wait, wait. That's that
No, no
meaning. What I'm
escape. I
talking.
know.
I don't want this. I want that other. No, nothing. Yeah, it's this too. Well, everything is everything. That's
but
unconditional. Well, wow, that's so wow. It's so strong. That other feeling. It feels so much like lighter. It's not only light. No, light. It's everything.
yeah, but there is a big difference between the last 6 months
Yeah.
and before. If time doesn't exist, but in the last 6 months, that happened. It happened several times that I felt that nobody was there, but it never happened in my life before. So something happened now. What? So of course this is, I don't know, this is something you would like to have every day. not to be there, not to exist, not to have, not to refer something to yourself. I don't know if I explain myself.
Yeah, but when there's me going, when there's subtle or stronger me, that me construct going on, there's living in time. So it's comparing and it's thinking like, oh, now it's going better, but I don't want this. It should be like that. That's the same story, but maybe in a lighter way, but it's still the same story. It's everything. So there's no difference. Like, there's no before. There's when there's that feeling and all thoughts, then that's what's happening. Can happen here too. There can be days that it's stronger. Yeah, but there's no choice. There's nothing going on. This is better. This is, but that me, that construct can be. That's that feeling. I don't want that. I want something else. That can be very. That's strong. That's so embodied. And then in those days that it's stronger, like then it seems like oh it's back again and I don't want, but it's life too. How can it not be life? That's it's the same in a different way. It's only different, but mm,
Mm.
mm,
Yeah. So so it is.
okay. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
But of course, when I feel back again, I compare. So that was better, and now is I don't want. Now it is. But when I'm not there, when the me drops, you can say, and when I live like everything is unreal, I don't think of me of that it's
yeah,
good or it's just like that.
yeah, yeah,
But but afterwards, when I remember, I compare, not during.
yeah,
And when I compare, it's obvious it was better
yeah,
when I was not there. It was
yeah,
much better. So yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but part of the
Of
me
course,
story
it's
is
always
comparing,
life.
but that's so
Yes, yes, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I can
yeah.
hear that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
no escape.
yeah. It's good. No escape. No.
No escape.
Oh.
Pity.
Yeah. There's something that it's harder when things are going wrong at a lot of time. Yeah, but that's how it's going. Me, it's about like I want to feel good about myself, about the world, or other people. And when there's something else, like it's not feeling good or stressed, or then there's like, oh, and then the whole story starts. And why is this? And because there's a huge belief that it's about feeling good, about feeling happy or free or all that. And there's a remembering, maybe but there's making it into something, and then it's making it into something in the story, like happy feelings, or a happy feeling, or feeling free, or feeling nice, or relaxed, or all that. So it's getting into something. That's what me. That's the only thing me like, or when there's that story that you can imagine. And when they're saying no, it's everything, you can't even think about what is then everything. That can be a thought maybe, but not really. And that's but so it's there's nowhere to go. They can be trying, but then the trying is the same thing. Seeing like, oh, there's something wrong. That something that when there's a feeling there's something wrong and it could be different and all that. That's coloring everything, and it can be very strong. It's energetic, but that's there, then that's there. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's like So and that's what's happening. But it feels like, oh my God, I don't like, of course, yeah. That's the confusion. Yeah. So there's no help. There's no help to get out because you want to get out. There's not, this is not a prison, so you can't get out. It's like that. Yeah. And there's somebody else. Why can't I see it the way you do? Everything is real for me. It's frustrating where I can't do anything. Yeah, that's the frustration. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, it's energetic. It's so coloring everything that it's seeing like it's in a certain way. When there's that belief and that construct is there, then it's seeing in that way. You can't see it differently. But there can be a hearing, and there can be this is this is not in the words. It's not even in the seeing. It's making holes in the whole construct. You could say that in the concepts. It's not maybe some concepts or beliefs are falling away or it is not that strong anymore. That can happen. So it's well there's I don't know. There's it's already complete as it is. But there's such a strong idea about how it should be. The only difference is that they're saying no, I'm not, it's not yet complete. No. And I say, yeah, it is. No, it isn't. Yeah, it is. It's, yeah. And it's so, when that's feeling so strong, then that's what's happening. But it can be frustrating. But the frustration is it too. It's, there's nowhere to go. This is really about no escape. And it's also not about understanding, because understanding can be a subtle escape about understanding everything and it's all right and all that. No, it's not all right. Maybe it's frustration or anything. Yeah. Anger. This is about loss. It's not about coming air somewhere or going towards something or it's about you can't do loss. It's not about doing. And that's frustrating because then living in the story of me and I'm here, it's about doing. What can I do or not do? Or how can I live? Give me some clues, advice, some hold. And then they're here is saying, no, there are no holds. There are no holds. There's no need for help. You stay and you stick with what's going on. But that's what you don't want. But I say, and then they're saying, yeah, but that's it. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's complete different. That's what we normally see in spiritual seeking and all that, because that's very logical. And this is like, God, ah. Yeah, can be. Can be also a relief that there's nothing right or wrong. There's no understanding. It's just what's going on. Wow, that's amazing. It's just everything. That's the way the face is looking, the behavior is going when there's a lot of coughing when I'm talking. Yeah, so then that's what's happening. So what? That's the freedom. Mm. There's someone in the waiting room. I see, John. So it's there's somebody saying, so it also doesn't matter that in a certain way I'm stuck in development. If there can be feelings like I have to develop or I have to, uh, there's no development. There's only development in the story. Like I'm here and I'm doing this and that's not all right. People don't like that, so maybe I should change that or all that. You can't. There's no one. There's only what's happening, and there's nowhere to go. It's when that's going on. Doesn't mean it's nice or right or all that. I don't know, but it's what it is. Anger, sadness, tables. It's not about you. Life is not about you. Life doesn't see you. It's what's happening. So there's all energy, tables, tables, thoughts, streets, a feeling. There's no meaning in life. There's no meaning, purpose, or all that. It's what it is. Very literally sitting. That's it. Mm. And then another one. I I was once with a spiritual teacher and we were not allowed to cough during the meeting. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, of course. It's like church. I couldn't cough in the church too. That was I remember. It's the same thing. Oh my God. Yeah. It's amazing how many ideas and concepts there are. You don't even know how many. It's amazing. It's so, there's so many. And some seem so normal, but there are concepts. Oh my God, there's so many. Yeah. They're so embodied. So it seems so normal. And then suddenly somebody says something about it, and you think like, oh my God, I'm doing that. Why do I do that? Why do I thinking that? That's suddenly, oh, they're suddenly seeing like, oh, it's just a concept. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. That's unconditional. Unconditional love is that it's everything. That's life is that. Life is amazing because that's everything. There's nothing like, oh, you shouldn't do that. No, it's everything. There can be those thoughts, of course. That's life too, but it isn't serious. But we take it like, ooh, no, there's no meaning in that. It's just those thoughts can come. Mm, yeah. And sometimes the people are saying something to you and you think like, what are you saying, silly man? And then it's gone. And sometimes somebody's saying to you and you think like, oh my God, I did something wrong. Yeah, so strange. It's only thoughts. It's only words. They don't have meaning. Also in the meeting, this meeting, the thoughts or the words coming here, they don't have any meaning. You don't have to remember. No. It's energy. It's the energy. It's what's going on in the meeting. Mm. There's something else going on. Like there's no right and wrong. There's no one. There's something you can't even. It can be a sense of there's something else. Yeah. There's somebody. Rose, have your me ever come back after you energetically knew it's just what is? In many cases, there seems to be months or years between clear energetical knowing and the person thoroughly fall away. Yeah, but that what I was there was a lot of meing and being before that sauna thing, you could say. I don't know how to say it. So there was already that going on, and the desert, what I was talking about, was also that for a while it was there, and then everything came back, like the surge came back, and some. So when that when that sauna, there was suddenly the strange thing was afterwards when I'm talking about it, it's there was just thinking about what I was always doing, like, oh, how do I feel and what can I do about it? And I want to feel relaxed and all that. And then suddenly that stopped. There didn't come anything. And it was suddenly so clear about everything was so clear. But that fell away too. I can't even say what it was. I can't even remember. And then there was something else. There was something else, but I couldn't say. There was something somewhere I thought like, oh, there's no me. There's no me. But even that wasn't clear. So after a while, when there was tension in the body, still I was thinking like, oh God, that whole me construct is back again. And I was a lot of time busy with that. Is there a me, or this is not a me, or this is the me, and all that. But there were those thoughts like the me is back again. But I forgot because it wasn't sticky anymore. So those thoughts came and they fell away. But I didn't notice because the awareness, it wasn't there anymore. I didn't know that was possible, that there was no awareness. I never thought about that before. And even in that first years, maybe, I didn't realize there was no awareness. I didn't know because there was no awareness. So how can you know? And then there was afterwards there was talking about, and then there was talking with other people sometimes, and then suddenly it was like, oh, yeah, it's strange. It never came back. No, there can be moments that then when there's a certain stress in the body and things or emotions and a lot of thoughts coming, that it seems like, oh, for a moment it's like, oh, what, it can't take long because yeah, but it doesn't. It's for a while and then it just falls away. So it can't, no. So it can be for some moments, but not really. No. Mm. It's so normal. It's so normal. There's nothing going on about knowing. The whole knowing, that knowing, that's lost. But that's such a whole, that knowing. I was into spiritual seeking, and a lot of knowing was about what was going on. Oh, I felt an emotion. Oh, that has to do with that. I called it my intuition. But it's like that. It has to do with this. Oh, maybe I should do that. It's all knowing. So there's a lot of holes and knowing how to behave, what to do. A lot of things are knowing. We don't even realize how much knowing there is in all those things about how to behave. It's very important not to take sugar because the health is, I don't know, because health. And then that's knowing. I don't know. I really don't know. No, there's no one's knowing, but there can be an idea that it's right or wrong. This is right, this is wrong. It should be like that. It's knowing. That's knowing. So when all knowing is lost, there's no hold. It's free, but it's so free. There was that freedom for a while, and it was too strong. I was like, oh my God, no, I don't want that. Because the body can't take that. The whole thing can't take that. The freedom is so strong. There's nothing to hold. It's like, it's so free. It's like nowhere to go. It's just everything. No knowing at all. I don't know. No, nothing. This is not knowing or anything. No, it's just coming like that. And when I'm sitting on the couch, I couldn't even think about what's being said here. I couldn't because it's not coming. So there's nothing going on. There's just watching television, films, or movies, I said, like that. And it's so, because it's so simple. It seems like, oh God, it's so clear, maybe, or whatever. And they're sitting in the garden or walking, and then nothing is going on. And it can be like, oh my God, it smells raw. Oh, that's everything. That it's very normal. It's so normal. There's not special at all. Not free, feeling free. No, it's what it is. Mm.
Hi.
Hi.
Um, okay. What about TV or cinema or theater or stories? Everything deals with stories. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you watch it at a TV film or at a cinema or whatever,
Mm.
everything deals with story.
Yeah.
How do you approach this?
No, I don't
It's funny.
no,
It's
no. There's sometimes some movies I like, and some I think like, oh, but God, that's boring. I don't know why. I don't
uh,
think about that. Sometimes people can really tell a story very nice and amusing, and sometimes it's boring. I don't know. So yeah,
okay.
or also with books. Some
Because,
books
but it's
I don't
all
like. I can't
yeah.
even say why, because some writers and some making, they are really talented. For me, talented, I think, though I don't know what it's that. And it's like, oh my God, I like that. Right, read it. It's just a story. It's forgotten after I'm reading it, but it's nice, just nice, like drinking coffee. It's also can also be nice or boring, like sitting somewhere with
Mm,
some people are really, when they're talking stories, they're really like interesting. And some people I think, oh my God, it's, I don't
yeah.
know. But
Mm.
it's, I think it's for you too. It's the same. That's
Yes,
the
yes,
same. Yeah,
yes, yes. But I just
yeah.
wonder that everything deals with stories. Everything.
Yeah, but
People talking.
what's lost, it's
Yeah.
that on top of that, there's looking into, do I like it? Do I not like it? Oh, this is wrong. Or something like this is right or wrong. That whole thing, that's not working. And then sometimes there's a movie and it's very boring and there's falling asleep. I don't,
Mm,
yeah, can be like, I don't know. It's what's happening. So there's no one choosing things like saying, oh no, I don't do that anymore because it's a story. That's a concept. There's no one doing things. It's just energy going,
yeah, this
watching
is happens
television.
for everybody, I
Yeah, it's
suppose.
already like that. But
Somebody likes
yeah,
uh,
and we fill in that it's like this and it's because of that and I like this and we make it into my story. No, it's just what's going on, and that maybe there's a difference as before. But I don't remember, so I don't know. I'm not busy with that.
mm. But I think it's funny that we are you are saying or saying that there is no story. story
Mm.
is a dream, but
Yeah.
everything around is
Mm.
talking about stories, is
Yeah.
dealing with stories.
Mm.
Everything is stories, everything.
Mm.
Wherever you look, people, films, cinema, theater, books, I don't know, even news. Everything is
Yeah.
stories, just
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
So it's a paradox because we're talking, there is no story, but everything
But there's a
is
story in the
about
dream.
stories.
It's about the story,
Mm,
but there's no importance in it. That's different.
mm,
The whole seriousness and importance is gone. So I don't care.
mm,
And I don't care about, yeah, I don't, yeah, I can't say. It's so difficult to say how it's going, but it's still the same. There can be talking with people and somebody telling the story. Well, sometimes
mm,
it's like, oh my God. And sometimes there's not saying anything about it. That's, I don't know how that's going. Maybe that's characteristic or something like that. Because there's also nothing going on like this is right or wrong. That's not coming. So, but I can't say how that works because that seems like a construct or like an advice. It's different. It's Rose like that. Yeah.
um, so we still live in a story uh, looking at the at other stories, whatever they are.
No, that's
Mm.
that's in the story. You
Apparently,
could say that,
apparently.
but in the same
Mm,
time, there's nothing happening. But it's not being aware of that all day that there's nothing happening. It's just living
mm,
that.
mm,
There's nothing aware. It's just living that, and when it's so living that, there's yeah, I can't even say how that's because it's I can't say how that's going. It's just random. Everything is random. There's nothing serious. There's nothing
mm,
serious. There's nothing also, there's no before. So that was before. It's complete, it's very quickly gone. Ask my husband when we play a game. I don't even after 5 minutes don't know anymore who was winning. It's because yeah, there's some silly things, but that's a lot of times it's like
mm,
there's no remembering.
mm,
And sometimes it's there. I don't know why that is. It's suddenly there, the remembering of something. I don't know. That's energetic. But it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. That's the freedom. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's what you said also. If there's pain or there's somebody yelling at me or anything. It yeah. Does it mean it's nice always? No, of course not. No. Mm.
you.
Yeah, I think there's oh why in the apparent past I was judging about people who looked a lot of TV and I'm doing the same. Yeah. I know that's why I'm saying I had the same thing, of course. Of course, no, not of course, but that's why I'm liking to say eating candy and watching television because there are a lot of judgments about watching television and eating candy and about sugar and about whatever, all those things. It doesn't matter. It's just, it's only what's apparently is happening. It's an appearance. So it's already gone. How can we be busy with something that's already gone? It's amazing, but it's so convincing. And it, because it seems like everything is real, then it seems very important to be busy with that because it seems like the body is always there. There's a continuation. I have to take care and all that. And then there's that freedom. There's nothing going on. I have to take care. No, it's just, it's only what's apparently is happening. There's even, the body isn't real. But you can't even say that to yourself because that's a concept. But the freedom is that nothing is real. Wow, that's stunning. When that's lived, that's such a freedom. It doesn't matter when then there can be there can be still some concepts suddenly, and then they fall away maybe, or so what? There can be patterns maybe. Yeah, so what? There can be coughing a lot, or I don't know, I have something here. Yeah, then that's what's happening. Yeah, so doesn't matter. It's only what's happening, and then it's an appearance. So where are we busy with? So you can't even tell, but because everything seems so solid and real, then it becomes something. And then if it's happening to you or in your circumstances or all that, then it becomes important. And that, and hearing this, that's the freedom of there's no importance at all. There's nothing is serious. Nothing is really happening. There's only an appearance, and it's not about you. It's not happening to you. There's not even no me in this body. The body isn't real, too, of course. So there's no Rose. There can be that, and there can be talking in the story that the character is blossoming. I was saying some to somebody, because that when in the story, then when there's nothing going on, like you shouldn't and that you shouldn't, then when that's lost, then there's a relaxation. It can be painful also, or there can be emotions. There can be that's in the story, and it's blossoming. Well, that's just a story that can nothing not important at all, because then it seems like, oh, I want that too, and that blossoming and all that. It's just a story. It doesn't feel like blossoming. It's just what is. It doesn't feel like that. No, it's what is. So they're sitting here, could say that. Sitting, talking, not feeling it's blossoming. it's I can't even tell what it is. It's just at that moment it's saying that, and then it's already gone. Doesn't mean that whole thing is going on. No, it's saying that, and then it's gone, and then they're sitting. That's everything. It's everything. Nothing more or less than that. Sitting, looking at that screen, seeing people, seeing bodies moving. And they're saying somebody, the wind is no story, or coffee. It's only coffee. And then there can be a lot of things. Yeah, but you should be coffee from that country, and all that. Comes the whole story with that. Oh, that's the cup of coffee, and it can be nice or not. Yeah. There's no way of living. It can't. It isn't. There isn't.
It's amazing how simple it is.
Yeah. It's so simple. And that's the joy. Like when I was younger, I always wanted to be somebody who was mentally retarded. Because they were not busy with how to behave and how to do this and all that. I thought I want that too. Because there's so much going on. You should, and this is right, and this is wrong, and all that. Wow, my God. So, and then there's suddenly just behaving in a certain way. Yeah, nothing busy with that. Oh my God, that's such a freedom. It's so simple. It's going by itself. Life is going by itself. There's no need for us. No. Wow.
So there is also no such thing as society.
No, it's a construct.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Where is the society? It's very simple. You can also say I see a table. I see there may be sitting. There's a lamp. It's where's the outside? We assume that behind that building there's a street. There's a remembering. There can be a remembering, but that's everything. So that it's very simple and normal and not a big world. It's a simple life. No, not life, but it's can't even tell how it is. Yeah. They're very ordinary. Nobody sees it. I thought it would be seen when there's no one and all that. No, just ordinary doing shopping. Yeah. And it's this, a hand, a chair, feelings, somewhere, a glass. We're focused on seeing, but there's also hearing, a sound. And it's not about us. There's no one. There's no one. There's not someone in the children. There's not someone in people or bodies that walking. There's no one. There's no mother. There's no father. There's no children. There's those bodies and there's responses. That's everything. It's going by itself. There's no one doing anything. It's by itself. It's energetic. And there can be that whole dream about how to behave and what's good and how this is happening and why should I this and all that can be very strong. Then that's what's happening. A lot of thoughts going, that energy is going for no reason. It's energetic. There can be that or there can be coffee. There's no difference. Nothing is more important than anything else. That's that's huge. Nothing is more important than anything else. Wow, that's like or there's coffee or there's an emotion. Then there's an emotion. It's not yours. It's just that feeling comes and and there's a watch. Nothing is more important than anything else because there's no one and it's an appearance, so nothing is real. It's new. And then there's new, so there's no time. There's nothing before, so there's no consequence. It's this. So there's only this. That's the joy. That's the freedom of everything. There's only this. And it's new. God, thank you. God, thank you. Woo! Maybe falling the. No, it's just going good. Woo! Sorry. Something is falling. Oh, wow.